RealAg Shops is brought to you by Princess Auto. RealAg Shops is where we pull wrenches, keep the farm going, and get our hands a little dirty. Welcome to this week's tour.
Hello, welcome to the farm. I'm Steve Terpstra from Kadylack Farm. I'm here to give you a tour of the shop. So I farm here with my fiancee Dianne. We grow corn, soybeans, wheat, canola, and sunflowers. And we do a little bit of agri-tourism with the sunflowers. So we built this shop in 2022. We started it, and it has been an important part of our operation. So yeah, I'll give you a tour. We're up here in the rec room. I'm leaning on this bar top. It was a nice tree, black walnut, from one of the farms, so I used it to implement into our bar room. So Kadylack Farm, a lot of people ask me where the name come from. So it is my kids' names, Kayla, Dylan, and Jack, and coming up with a farm name was kind of tough, so that is how we come up with Kadylack. I started farming with my parents many years ago. They started the farm down the road. It was in 1981. So we had a shop over at that farm. It was built in 81, so it was a 30 by 50. And over the years, we outgrew that one, so we actually picked up the shed and moved it, and it became a 50 by 80 shop with cold storage behind. So I got a lot of the ideas for this shop from that building over the years, and yeah, in 2021 we split up that company, and Kadylack Farm was formed, and that's where I got a lot of the ideas for this shop, working on that one over the years. So we'll start with the tour. So this shop is 80 by 250. It is 20 foot 3.5 inches to the ceiling. And yeah, we're obviously on the second story, so we'll this is the main shop. It is 80 by 80. The party room, offices, and such, that takes up 20 by 80. The wash bay is next. It is 26 by 104. As you'll see, there's a little piece built on the back. I wanted to have enough room to drive a tractor trailer with like a B train in and still be able to walk around it with the hood up. So I wanted that extra depth. And then the cold storage, or back shop I call it, is roughly 125 by 80. So I also want to point out the doors. So the doors on this building are, I went with 28 by 16 doors. They are the polycarbonate doors for the extra light, and the sun coming through actually warms it up quite nicely in the wintertime as well. I put some windows facing the south end of the building here to let in some natural light as well. So, and beside me here, this dehumidifier was a key feature in keeping the humidity down in here, as I do have floor heat. I joined a Facebook group there a while ago, that farm shop ideas, and when they're not arguing about what's better, floor heat or radiant tubes, some people come up with some pretty good ideas. So dehumidifier was one of them. And you'll also notice I put dark ceilings in here. The shop that I used to work in, we could never keep the white ceilings clean, so I just decided to go dark, and I got that idea off of the farm shop ideas as well. So for the shop workbench, I decided to go with a company that I've seen on Twitter. So they build them out of south of Edmonton. It's called the Viking Colony, I believe it is. So I seen them on Twitter, and they seemed like really nice, heavy built workbenches with the toolbox and everything right in them. Everything is very well built and very solid. I was quite happy with the way it turned out. They did a really good job, so I'm very happy with my decision to go that way. So before I talk heat, I want to talk insulation. So this building I wanted to insulate very well. So I decided to go with a I believe it's 3.5 inch of urethane insulation. And then while they did the when they did that, and there was a 4-inch gap left in that 2x8 cavity. So we put in, I believe it's R15, a 4-inch rock salt bat in there. So this building is insulated very well. And as the polycarbonate doors on the south side, I put regular insulated doors on the north side of the building. And now we'll show you the heat. So this idea with the checker plate aluminum I got from Farm Shop Ideas. I kind of extended it a little bit. The heating here, there is two 400,000 BTU boilers. It is not needed at all. They run, one's the master, one's the slave, I guess they call it. I've never seen them run over 25%. The building is all fully insulated, the full 250 feet, all floor heat. So this is made to keep this all warm. So they barely ever run. It is a single pump on 4 different zones. The back shop I have not turned on yet. The wash bay has its own zone, the shop, and the utility or the rooms up front. So this is my my utility room. I have dirty water at this in this area. It's very, very high iron. So I like the idea of soft water for everything. Otherwise it just turns everything orange. So we have a water treatment system and a water softener. I also have RO for the drinking water on. So in the years of working over at the other shop, we'd be working away and the air compressor come on and you hear that throughout the building. Pressure washer, same thing. So I wanted to have its own separate room. So back here I have the main electrical coming in that other room that was just a sub panel. I also have the pressure washer. You don't see an air compressor because that's in a separate room upstairs. It's just above me here. So when it comes on, you barely hear it in the shop at all. It's mounted on rubber. It's very well. The drain for maintenance to drain the water of the air compressor, it's down here. So as long as it's working, you don't have to service the air compressor very often. Here, underneath the wash bay, I have a water storage tank. So I collect all the water off the roof. I did a mathematical error when I was sizing that tank, but I roughly have 60,000 gallons of water there that I use for pressure washing, and then I use this pump to fill the sprayer trailer. So it's 150 gallons a minute. So it fills the sprayer and the trailer up fairly fast. Pressure washer here, the wand is Bluetooth to it, so there's no pressure sensors or anything to go wrong. It's a very simple pressure washer, but it just keeps this room fairly separated from the shop, fairly quiet. And here, look at this. So this is our shop. Wash bay is here. So moving equipment in and out of my wash bay is narrow, it's 26. So when I have bigger equipment, I could just open the door up here and turn it the other way, or unfold the corn planter, unfold the sprayer, do whatever I need to do in here. And it keeps the washing out here, except when something is a little bigger, I can come into here. So this is the wash bay, part of the shop. So I went with the power lift doors because I wanted to be able to drive equipment through from the front shop to the back shop. So that is also a power lift door there. It opens this way, so I don't have to move a whole lot of equipment to get something through. I could just open it up. So these doors, they normally have a truss on the bottom for the strength of the door. I talked to the engineers about changing it to see if we could put a walkway on these doors. So now we have a walkway at 7 feet, so instead of washing up, you're washing down. It's just a handy little thing that didn't actually add much cost to the door and doesn't change it structurally. And so I put a walkway on both sides. It's very handy for washing. Underneath this floor, I wanted to collect rainwater for pressure washing. When I started looking at burying precast concrete tanks, the cost was actually fairly substantial, and to get a crane in, and so I talked to the engineer about building tanks underneath the floor in the building. So he come up with a plan. So underneath here there is 2 tanks. One is the one tank would be 13 feet, so half the width of this building, or half the width of this room, 80 feet long and 8 feet deep. So they roughly hold about 60, I believe it's 60,000 gallons. This one is for the rainwater. So all the rainwater is collected here, and I can fill the sprayer up with it. I use it for all the pressure washing. I have high volume hose, and I also have a fire department hookup up front. Funny story there. The first time we've used that water for a fire was a building that I own next door. It was a 35 by 100 shed. It had a fair bunch of smaller equipment in it. It burnt back in September, and we pulled the water from here for that. So under this side, it is the same size tank, except I use it for 32% fertilizer, UAN. So it holds 60,000 gallons as well. It has a PE liner in it, so it's fully sealed, and the same pump is on this side, so I could pump it out at a rate of 150 gallons per minute. So fills up fairly quickly. The wash bay has ventilation, so I put the 2 fans in here, variable speed, and they draw air from the shop, which draws air from the, there's a couple inlets on the other side that draw air from the attic, which I figure the attic would be a little warmer air in the winter than just drawing it in from outside. So that's why I did that. And I put lights on the sides of the side walls, so usually when you're washing, panels are all open, so you can't see anything under there anyway. So that's why I went with the wall lights. So that was the wash bay. We'll take you to the last bay, which is cold storage. So this space here is the remaining shop. I call it the back shop. So it's 125 by 80. It is full concrete floor. It is full heated. I don't heat it. I just don't know in the future. I learned this at the other farm too. We had a back shop. We never insulated the floor because we said we'd never use it, and then we didn't have floor heat in it. So I like to put it in, and I'd rather be looking at it than looking for it. And this place is insulated just like the other one. So it does not freeze in the winter. But it's just used for storage for now. So that pretty much wraps up the tour. Of course, every shop has an office. So yeah, do a lot of crop planning and paying the bills and whatnot in there, and obviously have the nice meeting room, meeting table. So whenever we have the accountants or whoever out, we can use that. Lunchroom is in the back. I have 3 washrooms in the shop. I have the shop one, which is just a urinal and a toilet, just quite simple. I actually have a water hose in there with warm water that you just spray it down, kind of a man's bathroom. And then there's the office bathroom, and then we have a bathroom upstairs in the rec room as well. So we also, I mentioned earlier, we do agritourism. So every year we do a sunflower walk. This year we had 100 acres of sunflowers. They were just out behind the shed. That's also why we did the nice front on the shed. We usually welcome the people for the walk through that area. This year we actually, my fiance and I, we were engaged out in the field. She really loves the sunflowers, so so we're actually having a party this Saturday for our engagement. The sunflower walk, this year was 3 kilometers of trail, and people just come, and everybody loves sunflowers, so we charge admission, people go through, and then we donate the money to charities. So Canadian Mental Health Association, Tanner Steffler Foundation, Wellspring, and then we also sponsor the kids games at the Canada Day events in Atwood. So yeah, every year we do the sunflower walk, well, for the last 3, And yeah, we've done, I think it's been $75,000 that we've donated to charities. So yeah, come out next year and see the walk, or if you happen to see this before Saturday night, come out for our engagement party. Otherwise, thank you for coming for the tour.